back to Mash Up, the show that showcases Melbourne. I'm Ariel Simone.
And I'm Scott Whinfield. And welcome to another episode. We've got a jam-packed show for you today.
We sure do.
We're going to be looking at
karaokeing, busking karaoke.
all sorts of busking today.
Yeah. And the Reach Foundation.
And the marvellous work that they do.
A really important one. But first,
we're going to be looking at street art. Now,
graffiti?
Yes.
Street art?
Well, you actually struck me as a little bit of a vandal.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
Is there any chance that you might be or have been a vandal at any point in your life?
I felt like that got nipped in the bud pretty quick. I mean, I was 6, 7, madly in love with a boy.
I picked it.
And, you know, the toilet wall dedicated a montage to many true loves in the year. And I thought that I would, you know, try my hand at a little bit of street art.
Yes.
I heart Kyle. Oh. Actually, I think I put my name in it, which is why I probably got busted.
Yes. Oh, no. And what happened to you?
I got told off, and I've never done it since.
See, we're actually about to see celebrated street artists now. So let's take a look.
Opposite the entrance to the atrium at Federation Square is a blue stone cobbled laneway called Hosier Lane. The graffiti that has appeared there makes it a celebrated landmark. In fact, the artwork on the walls near number 1 Hosier Lane and near Misty Place at numbers 3 to 5 have been approved by the City of Melbourne as registered street artwork. The area was formerly occupied by the rag trade, with many clothes manufacturers having warehouses in the area. But now the lane is known for its quirky bars and stencilled artworks that adorn the brick walls.
Hugely talented artists in the city. Seriously.
So much better than my little escapades as a 6-year-old.
Don't be hard on yourself. I'm sure it was very good. But those guys are absolutely incredibly talented.
I know. What I love about it as well is it's not just paint. I know that some of them, they stick on, like I can remember one in particular a couple of years ago, they stuck playing cards to the wall as well, which was really awesome.
Sure.
So, yeah, art in its many forms.
Yeah,
exactly.
Did you have a favourite out of the ones that we just saw? Because I did have a little bit of a fanboy moment back to my childhood for the Ninja Turtles.
I know you did. You squealed like a little girl.
I may have. Yeah.
Maybe a bit harsh. No, I really love the puppet one with the face that was half split.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was kind of gruesome on one side. That was really awesome.
I think always, if you're ever bringing someone to Melbourne, if you ever have to give someone a little bit of a tour, grab a coffee through the streets.
It's so
looking
much
at the street art.
funkier than going to an art gallery, which can be a bit stiff and not natural.
Very distinct. We're very lucky here in Melbourne. There's incredibly talented people here.
Oh, there is all around Melbourne, and especially I've found on Burke Street.
Yes, it would seem we have an incredible amount of talented people, not only doing street art but buskers as well. And we're about to take a look at some of them right now.
Busking is the sound of the city. Burke Street, at the heart of the Melbourne CBD, well known as an entertainment hub, best known as the location of the Burke Street Mall. It is also one of the favourite places for many buskers around Australia.
Hi, my name is Gareth Viensko, from Wales originally. I'm a busker in Melbourne and also attending university here. So yeah, pretty much my life is music, every single day. It's the random people that I tend to enjoy because you get particular people you're not quite sure if you've gotten through to them, then it hits the end of the set and they always come over and have a chat with you, and those are the ones that, they mean the most, I'd say. Store apparently, and he came right up to my face, lifted his sunnies, and there was tears coming down his face, and he's like, "You're actually making me cry through my music." So if I can get through to a person like that, then I'm doing my job right. I find the most viable way for me to actually attend university is to be doing music on the streets, or like be a performance or busking. The kids are my favourite because they're the most purest form of art appreciation, I would say. Like, they don't really understand what music properly is, but they know if they like it or they don't. And when you can find a kid dancing in front of you, that's when you know you've got through, basically. Probably starting from the start. So Melbourne City Council, they help you out. It's every 2 weeks, you can get a permit. Once you've worked for 6 months on the streets, you can then apply to actually work on Burke Street. You have to go through an interview first. And if they deem you worthy, you get on this street. And this is the best for actual showcasing, viability. There's so many tourists, so many regulars that come, especially the weekends as well. But yeah, just give it a go.
My name's Joseph, that's my brother Jan. We're from Germany, and yeah, our band's called Amsterdam.
We're a big family of the musicians. We all like each other. It's not like we hate each other. Every day something else happens when you bus. It's really, you can never tell. People steal stuff, people kick over stuff, people scream at you, people... You get everything. It's never boring on the streets.
Good challenge.
Self-motivate you over and over again, even though no one's listening, you still gotta try to give it all. And then as soon as you're kind of in your little zone and you don't think about money or people, then eventually you draw the crowd somehow, and then you just enjoy it. So it doesn't matter if there's 10 or 100 people, you still kind of try to deliver the same thing.
We just want to travel around the world and play for as many people as we can, so just reach more and more people, and that's it, I guess.
Head down to Burke Street to experience the culture it brings.
I just like changing people's days as well. Just putting some piano on the streets, people really appreciate it. I didn't realise how much people actually appreciate it.
I feel like those guys are incredibly famous. I see them in the street all the time, and now I'm seeing them on TV.
Yeah, like the Armistead brothers actually bought their CD a couple of months ago.
Have you listened to it?
Yeah, it's good.
I think that Welsh pianist is brilliantly talented.
I'm going to keep my eyes out for him now.
What a nice guy as well.
I know.
Like, I listen to his music whenever I'm in Burke Street, but...
Yeah, he's so articulate. He
lovely
really got
guy.
his
Really
point
lovely
across.
guy.
Yeah.
Coming
But
up next, yes.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the Reach Foundation.
But we'll see you after the break. Welcome back to Mashup, the show that showcases Melbourne.
And right now we're going to be talking about the Reach Foundation.
That's right.
A non-profit organisation that is for youths, disadvantaged youths between 10 to 18.
And they provide incredibly important workshops and forums and camps for them to become socially engaged and whatnot.
Confidence building exercises.
Finding out a little bit more about that a little later. But Ariel, what did you use, or what did you become involved with when you were younger?
I was actually involved with out-of-school drama projects, and I felt like that was really helpful.
At what age did you become involved with that?
From 14.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was really helpful for me to engage with other kids and share a passion.
I think as well to do something that is away from your school.
Yeah, definitely.
Away from your school life, away from your studies.
Did you have an opportunity?
Well, I actually did the same. I did sort of, performing arts when I was a teenager as well. And I think it's great to be connected to other young people in ways that are, creative or...
Definitely.
Just another way to connect with people.
And I think as well, it was a really nice change from being surrounded by my siblings as well. So it was my thing that I could have, just a little bit of
distinction.
Yeah, self-identity. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
It was really cool.
Well, let's take a look now at the Reach Foundation.
Sometimes people think that Reach is just for young people that are really troubled or at risk or, don't know what they're doing, or they're like the bad kids or whatever, or the troubled teenagers. But Reach is actually for any young person. So it doesn't matter where you come from, what your upbringing's been like, what you want to do with your life. It actually doesn't matter. Like, everyone's experiences are relative, so anyone is welcome in a Reach space.
When we're growing up as teenagers, we have a lot of older people telling us, not necessarily what to do, but giving us a lot of direction in terms of where to go in our lives. And Reach is, our crew is completely youth run. So everyone would be kind of under the age of 27. So we've kind of got this really unique point in difference where we have highly skilled young people being trained to facilitate.
We've got different like programs that we run that target different age groups. So we run a rookies program, which is for 10 to 12-year-olds. So that's in school, primary school workshops. And then we run workshops for all high school year levels. And then we've got community programs, which is from 13 to 17.
I met Reach in 2010. I was working with another organisation called the Oak Tree Foundation. We were partnered on a project called the Make Poverty History Road Trip. So I was working for Oak Tree at that point, and Reach came and sort of ran stuff alongside what Oak Tree was doing.
It came in through a workshop called Birdcage, and I guess at like 14, 15, I was pretty reserved, pretty anxious, and just a bit not really sure of what the world had to offer me. I felt quite lost in it. I think that's probably a pretty like standard teenage thing. Community programs is probably the best place to start. So that would be Fuse, which is a 5-week program, and they're run in 4 different locations in Melbourne. And there's also Sydney office as well, and the workshops that they run. And the best thing to do is to jump onto the website, and you just go to the program section and look at all the different programs that we run and find what you'd like. We also run Weekends Away, which is Friday to Sunday. It's kind of like a Fuse experience, but just in a shorter period of time, which is fun.
I always think it's so great to profile organisations that do such incredibly important work that we don't always think about or don't always see.
No, it's hard work being a teenager, and it's nice to know that you can...
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Who wants to be young? This youth of society, who would want to be young again?
No, thank you.
No, thank you
I really would not like to be a teenager again. That was not my best moment.
But I think for any teenagers who happen to be watching this, it's always, you know, think about the Reach Foundation.
Absolutely.
And other organisations out there that are available for you.
Definitely. There's so many options that you can go to.
But even now, I think it's, you know, even as an adult, it's great to be involved with other organisations. For instance, I was telling you before, I do Taekwondo.
Yeah.
And do really regular classes.
They have some amazing philosophies as well.
Yeah, but I think it's always good, irrespective of what you're doing, that you're engaged with something. That it's away from your work life and away from your study, perhaps. Just something that connects you with a more diverse group of people.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. Yeah, everything that he said. But next we'll be talking about karaoke busking. But before that...
I have no idea what this is, so I'm very curious to find out more.
Before that, though, we're going to head off to a break.
See you soon.
Welcome back to Mash Up, the show that showcases Melbourne.
Now, our next story is about a curious thing called karaoke busking, which I'm very curious indeed to know more about.
I'm excited, not even curious.
Would you do something like this if you were, say, walking down the street and you were given the chance to busk? Someone handed you a microphone and said, sing whatever song you like.
All over that. I would be all over that. That just sounds right up my alley.
Yes.
Yes. And then you can just walk away. Drop mic, walk away.
Mic drop out. Mic drop out.
Definitely.
It's the best way to busk because you don't have to commit to singing for like 6 hours.
Nobody knows who you are. You don't have to introduce yourself. You know, you can just make a fool of yourself.
They might recognise you from television though, Ariel.
Well, this is a probability.
From the stage.
Yes, well, probably. No, well, you said what song would you sing? What song would you sing?
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. It is my go-to karaoke song always.
Do you know all the lyrics?
I do, but I couldn't sing them now. Like the teleprompter when I'm singing karaoke always does help.
That's okay. Well, mine is Fat Bottom Girls by Queen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You make the rock and world go round.
Not bad. Yeah. Maybe you and I can go out to karaoke
I think
busking and whip out some Queen. We could go dressed as...
Yeah, definitely.
Freddie Mercury and co.
We'll meet you there. I don't know. Well, we should check out the karaoke busking and we'll see.
I came up with the idea the morning after I'd seen this busker guy who was really great, and he had this big catalogue of songs that he knew by heart and he could play all of them, and it was fantastic. That's really artistic.
My mum's an artistic person.
Does she do paintings or drawings or what?
She does portraits, she does seascapes, landscapes, animals, watercolours, pastels, oils, all the works.
And what do you do?
I do shit like this.
Like conceptual art or installations.
Like logical stuff.
Yeah.
Like that, like birds of smoke, so I gave him smoke.
So I thought, you know, there needs to be some kind of late night activity where everyone can cramp each other's style and be stupid and sing along to really crappy 80s songs.
I like that you can kind of be silly and that you don't have to worry about what people think, and it's just like a way of expressing yourself, and it's just so much fun.
And I love how everyone becomes friends and links arms and, I don't know, the camaraderie, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I've been here for 2 times to see this beautiful girl, and I like this one.
I feel like I'm creating some kind of wild, like, late night service to all the people who are out in the city and they don't know what to do with themselves and they don't really know where they are or how to get home. And I feel like I can keep them company until they get their shit together.
Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Hey you, always on the run. Gotta slow it down, baby. Gotta have some fun.
We study reactions of people. For example, fixing people with autism and see what they do.
I think it's a good way of expressing your emotions in the form of music.
No, I don't take myself seriously. It's a silly thing, and it can be really embarrassing when people think that I'm trying to be a big diva and be a great singer, because it's not about that. It's about everyone being silly and having a good time. It's awful because everyone's cold and so they just want to get from the club to the taxi as fast as they can. But otherwise, like when it's warm, I think the reason the numbers of people change and the amount of money changes is because it's all about making contact early on. Like if you bump into one group of people and they stay with you for ages, then other people accumulate and they're like, oh look, there's some people having a good time, I'm going to go over there.
Finish the song. There's a new song coming up. Have an adventure. What's the other song?
You can choose, go.
Sometimes all of the people can get really overwhelming, especially when people start swearing at their friends across the street.
What are your names? Thank you, Tom. What's your name?
Sexy man.
Thank you, Sexy.
Basically, you just need to be, I don't know, a strict teacher and say, no, we're not allowed to do that. We don't do this, we don't shout into the microphone, we don't swear. I would say no nudity, but that has been enjoyable in the past.
His name was Sexy King.
That is true.
Next. What do you got? You got no small hand, you got another song.
Amplified busking is appropriate.
Thank you for coming. See you next weekend.
This is the day we started.
I just love seeing everyone's wild side that you never get to see in the daytime in the city. Everyone's in their suits and their stilettos running around, like going to dates and meetings, and I love seeing the wild superstar within.
Can I say, Ariel, that
yes,
episode 5 of season 3 of Mashup should be referred to as the busking episode?
The busking episode.
We've looked at so much busking today.
We really have. We really have. I'm just disappointed that I haven't been able to see you busk.
Oh, maybe after the show. Maybe you and I can go out to karaoke busking one night without any
Do a little Bohemian
us.
Rhapsody. Yeah.
A little bit of Queen, maybe something else. We'll see.
But what I don't like about busking, no, not busking, karaokeing, if I'm going to be honest, is that I have a large group of musical theatre friends or performer friends who can sing. All of them can
say very competitive performers as well, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
For karaoke, they've rehearsed the song for 2.5 weeks. The standard is set high.
Oh my God, it's so high. And they're all amazing. And then they get you up there and you're terrified of it being horrible.
Yes.
And then you start singing.
See,
and
what you need to do, Ariel,
Ariel,
to avoid being traumatised by such an experience is rehearse as often as they do.
But I don't have that natural singing ability. It's
with time, maybe after we visit karaoke busking a couple of times, you'll be there. You'll be there.
Karaoke busking for the win.
Yes. But we've had a great episode today. We've looked at so many talented people, whether they be buskers or whether they be street artists. Yeah, exactly.
So many. Yeah, the street art was amazing. God, that was probably my favourite. Oh, but also, the Reach Foundation, which is a great project to be a part of.
Inspiring is the word we're describing this episode.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah.
But, you can catch us on YouTube, Facebook,
Instagram and Twitter. Sadly, that is all we have time for today, but don't forget you can find us at the same place at the same time next week. To take us out tonight, we're going to be hearing from Taito with her track, Get Your Rage On, people.
Get your rage on, people.
Catch you next week.
All of the buildings built on murder, built on killing. Get your rage on, people, indigenous race. I see oppression here, I see disgrace. A city built by people like Hitler. Take a big long look at a map of Australia. Get your rage on, people, indigenous race. I see oppression. City like this, where the history books were all concocted by the winners to disguise the fact that they were all cheaters. Eventually they believe their own lies, and the truth becomes so much easier to hide beneath the impenetrable layers of cities and roads and the sentimental feelings of white fellas in their homes. The stuff he didn't earn, opportunities handed down. On a planet there's blood on every bit of infrastructure. I wanna go back and tell them all stop. Wanna wipe my hands of every single drop. Every bit of my luck in this white man's town came at a cost, and it's dragging